All right. Bye for talking. Another episode. Yeah, there's more than one. Probably. I'm here with this guy. This guy. His name's Caps. He likes raps. All right. So
Let's get
NHL.
serious, man. Let's get serious.
I was born serious. We're gonna do it live.
We're live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. All right. NHL playoff bracket. So they want to do the 2014 playoff bracket.
Mhm.
A couple things here, a couple things there, a couple things are squares. So we have the bracket here. We're gonna break down what we think is gonna happen. I don't know. Can anybody see that? All right. So that's your bracket. Like it, love it, gotta have it. I don't give a shit. All right. I'm gonna I'll hold it there for a bit so everyone here can go. So Nick, we'll start in the Western Conference. Tell them how you feel about Calgary versus Winnipeg. Obviously, these are going to change. This is if the playoffs started right now.
I'm gonna go with Winnipeg.
Why? 30
Because
seconds.
I just don't think Calgary is the same team as they were last year, and they don't have it in them.
Good enough for me. Winnipeg to the next round.
No.
Unanimous decision. Okay. So the next one, you got Vancouver versus Minnesota.
Vancouver.
Vanculo.
Yeah, I just think they're better.
All right, I don't like your decision because Vancouver is my number one most hated team in the entire world of history of sports, except for the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that Minnesota is just not a good team.
Vancouver's going to win. Anyways, to the next one. Nashville Predatorios versus the Phoenix Coyotes.
Nashville.
Phoenix fucking upsets. That's my call. RLG.
All right.
Filet. Oilers versus Blackhawks.
I'm going to go with the Oilers because the Blackhawks are aging, and I think the Oilers have made huge strides this year. So I see Oilers going over.
I'm going to pick the Oilers because the Blackhawks suck. Okay, so we'll wait till we get to the next round here. So Eastern Conference. Toronto Maple Leafs versus Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, I see Leafs beating Columbus on that one.
Yeah, they're gonna. That's might be the first time the Leafs ever win a round in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Islanders Panthers. This is a hard one.
I'm gonna go with Islanders.
My heart says Panthers, but my gut says Islanders.
Yeah, but just I'll get to that afterwards. Like it really doesn't matter because they're gonna face Tampa, so whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference.
Carolina Hurricanes versus the New York Rangers.
I'm gonna go with the Rangers. I thought they were playing better as the season was progressing, and I don't think. I think it was just a fluke year last year for Carolina. My opinion.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Pittsburgh versus Montreal. All right, Montreal's out. We don't even have to talk about this. Okay. Now, on to the next round. Montreal is the worst team of all these teams that we've just said. So, Max Domi, one of the worst signings in NHL history.
Worse than Subban? Anyway, whatever.
Let's not make that face. Subban's career at least was good.
Okay.
So Winnipeg Jets, we both said Winnipeg Jets versus St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, Blues are going over.
Yeah, Blues are going. Okay. Wait, Blues are going on or home?
What? Blues are going.
Win?
Blues win.
Okay. Vancouver versus Colorado Avalanche.
Avs, go on.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. So in this one, we were different. Oh crap! Did I say I'm the one against New York versus Carolina? I picked Carolina. Okay, I skipped that.
Okay.
Anyway, back to this one. So I said Phoenix. You said Nashville versus Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas wins for me
I'm going with
against Phoenix.
Nashville.
Okay, so Nashville goes on for you. Vegas goes on for me. Otherwise, we're the same so far. Oilers versus Dallas.
I'm going to go with the Oilers.
You know what? I really want to say, for some reason in my head, I want to say Dallas upsets, but technically it wouldn't be an upset. But I think the Oilers are going to win somehow.
Yeah,
I think Seguin and Ben are like, they're the two best players in the NHL who specialize in completely blowing apart when they need to win.
And they play just as good as when one of them is injured.
Yeah.
So I think they made a couple of good deals at the deadline. I think they got better. And I think they have what it takes to go far. I'm not sure if they'll go all the way, but I just think that they can go pretty far this year.
So it's Edmonton Oilers for you. All right. I'm going to agree with that. So Leafs in Boston. I'm sorry, Boston wins.
I'm just a Leafs fan, so I'm always going to go for the Leafs. But in reality, I think Boston beats them again.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I know someone who would not agree with you, and that's the third member of this podcast who is currently not here, Bargo.
Yep.
Who, if we did this breakdown with him, I'm sure the Leafs would have won the cup. So next, we both picked the Islanders against Tampa Bay. I guess we're both picking Tampa Bay.
Yep.
That seems fair to me. Washington versus Carolina for me versus New York for you. I pick Washington.
Yep.
Okay, so we only have one difference right now. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. This is probably the series everybody wants to see out of all the series so far. I don't believe the hype in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I got Pens.
Yeah, call it how you want it. I don't believe the hype. I don't think they have the goaltending to win.
No, because they were talking. Yeah. I don't think Philly has ever really had a good steady goalie. But I just Pens beat the Philadelphia Flyers. That's the way I see it.
Yep, no, I can totally live with that. So, we are back to the West. St. Louis versus Colorado. I'm gonna go first, and I say Colorado upset.
I got the same thing.
7 games.
I got the same thing.
Yeah, I think that St. Louis, I'm not saying they're bad. They won the cup. I wanted them to win the cup. I had them as my number one all playoffs. I said it at the beginning of the year that they were going to be amazing. I don't know if you remember that. And then everyone was like, no. And then they started the season off completely trash and then turned it around. Anyways,
Yep.
Colorado is too powerful offensively. There is just too many weapons, and St. Louis can't counter that.
Yep.
Okay, so that's fair.
Yep.
For me, it's Vegas versus Edmonton, and for you, it's Nashville versus Edmonton.
I kind of hinted at it before. Oilers beat Predators for me.
I don't want to say this because I don't like them, but Edmonton wins. So back to the East, Boston versus Tampa Bay.
Tampa. For me.
This is the year that Tampa actually makes it somewhere but doesn't win the cup. Hint for later in the bracket.
But the only reason why I'm saying Tampa is that Boston's a year older. All right, they're aging. Yes, Pasternak is probably entering his prime right now, but I just think that Tampa has way too many weapons. and I don't think the best line in the league, Marchand and Bergeron and Pasternak, can compete with Tampa's offense. So there you go.
You know what? I think Tampa realistically is, if not the best, top 3 on paper.
Yeah, like when they're on, and they were just getting better and better as the year was progressing.
You got a top 5 goalie, you got a top 5 defense, you got a top 5 offense. You have some of the best two-way forwards. You have a good coaching system. You have depth all the way down. They're good. So Tampa Bay, okay, Washington versus Pittsburgh. I think Washington wins.
I got the same thing.
I think Washington is the same team they were when they won the Cup, but better right now on paper. Goaltending is an issue because, to me, Holtby is still my number 1 on that team. He's still my top 3 goalies in the league. This year, he's not playing well, and I don't think Samsonov is legit enough to win championships. That's where my iffiness comes in, but I think John Carlson stepped it up. He's going to win a fucking Norris Trophy out of nowhere. No one saw this coming from him.
Yeah, he's probably the best defensive player in the league. The best offensive defensive player in the league.
I got to go with that. I think so. Okay, so back to the West. We're
the same right now.
Yeah, we're the same all around. Colorado versus Edmonton.
Yeah, this is the point where I think Edmonton is done for the year, and I think the Avs take them in 6.
I say Avs in 7.
Okay.
And I don't say that. I agree with what you're saying. I think the 7th game happens because of a bad error in Game 6 that leads to Game 7, or else it would be Game 6. That's way too predicting of me. But Tampa Bay versus Washington.
I have Tampa, and the only reason why I have Tampa is because of the fact that you just pointed out a few minutes ago, is the fact that I don't think Holtby is the same player as he was a couple of years ago, or a few years ago when they won it. So I see Tampa going through.
I don't want to say Tampa because I realistically think in that situation, Washington has a legit chance, like a really legit chance. And I'll say this later, but I have to agree with what you said. And just because of that, I think Tampa Bay wins. Even if it goes 7 games, don't get me wrong, but I think Tampa Bay wins. And so the finals,
we've linked up
the under 25 North American team, Colorado Avalanche versus Tampa Bay Lightning. And I think Tampa Bay takes the cup again.
Again?
Well, they won before.
Yeah, like what?
They win another cup. Just add it to the list. Tampa Bay. I forgot I was doing a Tampa Bay hat.
Over 15 years ago. This is actually where my predictions actually stopped because I have no clue. And
I don't think there's enough defense on Colorado to stop Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I also think physically Tampa Bay is much more imposing than Colorado.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take Tampa.
Okay, so this is what I was going to say before. In my opinion, no matter out of those 2 teams who made it, Tampa Bay or Washington, both of them beat Colorado. I don't think Colorado could beat Washington or Tampa Bay. That's just my opinion. What is this glare that I have going on?
I'm not sure. But you just never know with Colorado too, you know. They're so unpredictable. Yeah, but let's face, like, the Avs have depth, and I thought Kaju was a pretty decent fit when he was traded over to the Avalanche. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. I think Tampa's.
Nobody ever in hockey history of the world, as a fucking analyst, saw that trade happen and was like, oh shit, the Avs made a good trade. But holy
Yeah, it's made a
crap,
good trade.
the Avs made a good trade. I can't.
Yeah.
My taking out of this is Kerfoot. I think Kerfoot has the potential to be very good.
He does, but he's
Uh,
just not starting off that way.
He's not ready yet. He's still young, and he has a goal scoring ability. He can also play defense a little bit better than most of the Leafs forwards. He's pretty decent in the face-off circle when he has to take face-offs.
My argument is that the difference between the two was the Avs had a plan already in place for Kadri, and
Yeah,
that he was going to be a second line center.
And a leader, and that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
And the Leafs just saw names.
When they brought Kerfoot over, I don't think they really had a plan for Kerfoot because he's played on the wing, he's played as a third line center. They don't know what to do with him, and he has not been able to fit with that roster. So right now, Avs get the thumbs up on that trade, and we obviously don't know. We obviously know that Barry has not worked out.
You want to know something? I'm just going to put this out there too. If the Leafs do sign Pietrangelo, Tyson Barrie is going to get signed by St. Louis.
And that would be pretty interesting.
Tyson Barrie needs to be on a team where your team's defense is set already, where he's going to come in and he's going to provide you offense from the back.
Mm-hmm.
The Leafs brought in another Morgan Rielly, and we didn't need that. We needed another Muzzin.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But let's just face facts. I think this coach was all about possession, and Barry is all about possession.
He played much better since Babcock left.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Babcock had a different style from Sheldon Keefe. I think Barry fit into Sheldon Keefe's system a little bit better. But overall, as when you look at it, he has not played to his full potential on this team. But anyway, that's the playoff format, right?
Yeah, and
we both agree on Tampa.
It's weird that honestly, I didn't think it was going to be that easy. There was only two things we disagreed on. You think New York was going to beat Carolina, and actually, there was three. I thought Carolina would beat New York. I thought Phoenix would beat whoever the hell Phoenix played.
Predators?
Yeah, Predators.
Yep.
Upset. And then I thought Washington or Vegas would beat whoever they played, and you said that Nashville would beat them. But otherwise, that's out of all the years we've been doing this, that was the easiest run through a playoff bracket we've ever had by a long time.
And that was pretty close in terms of our predictions because I think the third round and up, we were pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I got to be honest. I think Dallas made a lot of good moves, and their team is, on paper, a Stanley Cup winning team. I just don't think their goaltending is steady enough, and if they're ready for it as a team. And in the East, Philadelphia to me is so fucking. They're playing out of their league. They don't belong where they are. I'm not saying they're bad, but they don't belong as a top tier East team. They're a playoff team, but right now they're playing like they're unstoppable, and I don't see that continuing much longer. I think the quarantine breaks that for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. But when I look at Dallas's history, especially over the last few years, they've always made great moves, but they were just not able to gel.
They've always been a team that made good trades and then just couldn't play together with that team.
Yep.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
I don't got anything else.
I don't got anything else either.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks, guys, for watching Five for Talking, the comeback season, 2020 year of the quarantine. I'd like to thank this guy over here. His name's Capolopoulos. That was a weird name. Anyways, thanks for watching. Do the other things, and tell them what they should do. Subscribe! Oh, that was classic.